tick.
Now guys, have you ever wondered why you have that one friend that never loves to go partying with you guys, never likes to go restauranting, but rather prefers to read a book on their own in their house? Or maybe you're that person that really is not into social vibes. Today's talk show is just for you, so make sure right now that you hop into Facebook as well as Twitter and get involved in this discussion. It is all about being an introvert versus being an extrovert. And today we are joined by our professional psychologist, Christine Kritzis. I hope I said that correctly.
You did.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. And then we've got this amazing group of young people all the way from Hayterveld High. Can you give yourselves a little round of applause? Nice to see you guys today. Now, first things first, I've got to find out from you, what is the correct definition of an introvert as well as an extrovert? What are their differences?
I think it's important to understand that introverts often feel very anxious and overwhelmed in situations where they're surrounded by a crowd of people. And introverts regain their energy by being by themselves. So they enjoy being in their own space just to get that energy back so that they can go back out into a crowd and interact once again.
Okay.
But they prefer one-on-one interactions as opposed to the extrovert who enjoys being in a group setting, who enjoys being the clown of the party.
Loud and proud.
Loud and proud, gets a lot of energy from those people around them. So they need the crowd to regain their energy.
Okay, that's really awesome. I'm going to go over to our audience right now. Now, Liam, I'm going to start with you. Tell us who you are in terms of which personality type are you and why would you consider yourself to be one?
Okay, so personally I consider myself an extrovert because of the fact that I'm very outgoing and I always find myself in large groups of people because I enjoy being in lots of people's company, man, because let's say I personally enjoy seeing smiles on people's faces. I'm always wanting to talk to them and cheer them up, encourage them about different things. So I'm an extrovert, yeah, but let's not confuse that because certain people confuse it with self-centeredness, you know what I mean?
Okay, or arrogance or something along
let's
those
put it
lines.
that way. So yeah, I'm an extrovert.
Nice. Now, what about you, Shantae?
I see myself as an introvert because I don't like being in big groups, quite shy at times.
Okay, cool. Now, I've got to go back to you right about now, and I want to find out what are some of the biggest misconceptions that people have about introverts as well as extroverts?
I think one of the biggest misconceptions, Laurie Ann, would be that introversion gets confused with being shy.
Okay.
So I don't believe that they are synonymous. I believe that they are two separate things. Being shy means that a person feels fearful of
intimidated, yeah.
They're intimidated, they're fearful of social interactions. An introvert is not fearful of interacting with another human being. They just prefer doing it in a one-on-one setting.
Okay.
So they prefer more one-on-one time.
Okay, now earlier on we spoke to Samora before the show, and he actually said he's quite comfortable and he's quite confident to go to a restaurant on his own and order a meal or go to a movie or go to a coffee shop. And you said that is perhaps typical introvert behavior at the end of the day, because a shy person would feel different.
Most likely. I mean, he's probably happy to go and sit at the coffee shop, read his book, and watch the crowds around him, but just don't include him.
Okay,
he's happy to sit there and just observe, and that's why introverts sometimes need extroverts around.
And you said that a shy person actually would feel rather judged by other people and wonder what people are thinking about them.
Yes.
Okay, could it be that some people mistake being an introvert for perhaps lacking confidence sometimes?
Yes, very likely that could be the case. And if it were the instance where a person does lack confidence, I would suggest that that person be empowered and that person go for some social skills training of some sort, where they can learn the skills to interact differently. Because nowadays, I'm sure all of you will agree with me, we spend so much time on our cell phones and we seldom engage in real-time conversations. And I think that has become an issue in society as a whole, that technology's taken over the generation and that people are not engaging in that real-time conversation and needing skills to do that.
Okay, now Yamgela, I've got to go over to you. Would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert? And do you have any friends that are perhaps introverts that you guys are often just like, oh, just leave her alone, she likes spending time on her own?
Yes, I do have a friend who's an introvert.
Okay, cool. And what's her behavior like?
She's always quiet, and when we're not talking like as friends, all go to like
yes.
turn to ted.
Wow. And what about you, Liam? I want to find out from you. Do you have any introverts in your circle?
Yeah, no, I have a lot of friends that's actually introverts that just want to shy away and be rather behind the scenes and don't want any attraction to themselves.
Okay, cool. Now, I want to know, like, if people are out there perhaps thinking that there could be something wrong with an introvert because they're not naturally just, out there, could you just tell our audience, how to actually deal with being around an introvert and not making them feel so awkward at the end of the day, or not forcing or pressurizing them to get involved in certain activities that perhaps they don't want to?
Well, I think knowledge is power, and I think creating awareness about this would be the first step towards assisting introverts within their circle of friends. So, I mean, if you know that one of your friends struggles with interacting in large groups, rather do an activity with them where it doesn't involve so much socializing. So maybe going to a movie with them would be something that they would enjoy. So it's not necessarily about forcing the introvert to become more extroverted, but just about understanding that he or she may be a bit quieter in the crowd, but they are still listening to what you're saying and they're still very much a part of the conversation. They just don't feel like talking.
Okay. Well, Christine, thank you so much, guys. We are going to be continuing this conversation after the break, and then we talk about what if you feel like you're a little bit of an extrovert and an introvert mixed together. So make sure, guys, you still keep your eyes glued to the screen.
Hectic.